Hi guys, I'm Marta. Welcome to my channel. Today's new video of my reading wrap up of January and February of 2026. I'm so excited. I was supposed to film one for January, but I read the amazing amount of storybooks, and two of those were rereads, so I just didn't talk too much about them that I haven't really said. So I just decided to mix the past, like January, February two together. So this video I'm going to be talking about 11 books, 3 from January and 8 from February, and I'm just going to be giving you my opinions, obviously without spoilers, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy it, and as I said, it's my opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. If you agree, that's amazing. But yeah, let's just start because I love talking about books and I don't want this video to be too long. So let's start. Okay, first of all, I wanted to go a bit into like the data of this month, numbers. I read, as I said, 3 books in January, 2 of those were rereads, and I read 8 books in February. None of them were rereads. And yeah, in total, I've read 3 romance books. Then I've read a classic, a cozy fantasy, and then like fiction book, I would call it, um, and 5 fantasy books. So that's really cool. One of these books was 5 star, which you can also see my full opinions and everything and my reactions to reading most of these books in a blog that is coming out next week about just reading until I find 5 star book. Yeah, those are like the numbers, basically data. I'm just going to start with books to make it as quick as possible. Okay, I'm going to start with the first book I read in 2026, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Tabata here. I gave this book like around 3 stars, 3.5. I'm not that sure. Um, I read the whole series between these two past months, so I'm going to talk about all of them together, but I only read the first one in January. Yeah, I gave all of these books around 3 to 4 stars. I think. Is there anyone that was a 4 star? I don't think so. I'm not that sure. But it was just a bit of a letdown, I would say, because I went into the book with really high expectations. I've seen so many things about this series for so many years. So I was really excited, but it just fell off, I would say. But you know what this series is about? First of all, basically we follow Laia, who is a scholar. Yeah, a scholar in this fantasy world. And these scholars are like the oppressed group in this world. And her family has been either killed or captured. So she goes to the resistance to ask for help. Like to say her brother that has been captured. And they're like, okay, we'll help you, but you have to go into this academy as a spy to give us information. And she goes to this academy, which is where the mass trains, which are the people that enforces the law in this empire. So they're like in different opposite like bands of this world. And in there she meets Elias, our other main character, and he is a mask, but he doesn't agree with the empire, and he wants to desert. He doesn't want anything to do with uh, being a mask and the empire, and yet they meet there. We just follow these characters and some more, and it was good. Like it was interesting. The plot. I would say I thought it was the magic system. I thought it was quite interesting. My only problem was that I feel like the same plot was being repeated all over the series. Like it's the same plot in the 4 books that the series is made of. Just the same single thing and like the same things, but with maybe different characters and in a different setting. So it was just too repetitive. I felt like I was doing the same thing all over again. Um, so yeah, by the end it was a bit tiring, I would say. But I liked the moments. Not the best one I've read, but I enjoyed that. The characters, I think they were really different from each other, and really interesting. And I do love the setting. I love the setting. I think that's the best part of the book, all together with the found family that we have in this book. So yeah, not the best start of the year, but it's been on my TBR for so many years that I'm just so happy that I finally read those books. Okay, after entering the Asis, I decided to read, well, not read, reread People We Meet on Vacation because the movie was coming out. I absolutely adore Emily Henry's book. I have them, there are some, and I read People We Meet on Vacation so many years ago. It was my first Emily Henry book, so I just wanted to, just read it again to see if my opinion had changed and just to prepare myself for the movie. And in this read, I gave the same rating that I gave the first time, which was 5 stars. I love this book. I love the settings, the romance, the characters. Like, don't get me wrong, I would hate them in real life. They're so annoying, but I just love them. They're amazing. I just love Poppy so much, and also Alex, mostly Poppy. She's so funny and so mean. And if you don't know what this book or movie is about, basically we follow these two best friends that each year they take a vacation. And 2 years ago something happened and I haven't talked since. But they decide to take another vacation together, and we follow the past timeline and the present timeline, and it's amazing. I love the book so much. It's definitely as just a quick short book, but it's so well done. And as I said, I love the settings. I love that we get to know different places all together with characters. I love that in movie this like last vacation takes place in Spain, which is where I'm from. Um, yeah, I love it, and I love the movie. I thought it was amazing. Okay, continue with the theme of rereads. I also did one of the Spanish Love Deception, and this book is in this reading blog that I'm going to put here. Well, here because I was feeling a bit beginner illness this because I was in exams. So I decided to read a book that I knew I was going to love and I was going to, actually want to pick it up. And this was the perfect choice. I've read this book 4, 5 times. I'm not sure. I'll never get tired of this book. I find this book with such a comfort story for me. If you don't know what this book is about, basically we follow Aaron and Catalina. Catalina is a Spanish girl living in the United States, and they work together, but they do not get along. Um, but she needs to take for her sister's wedding in Spain, and because her ex is going to be there, and she offers to go with her. So yeah, basically it's full of bickering. This book, there obviously like it's like the obvious enemies to lovers workplace romance, and it's just a um is it's just an enemies to lovers in a workplace setting, but I mean wedding. But I really enjoyed. I love Catalina. I think she's so so real, so valid. I know some people find her annoying. That's not my case. I love her. I will fight and defend her forever. And I also love the fact that it takes place in Spain and it follows Spain a Spanish character for obvious reasons. So yeah, also I gave this book 5 star. Um, I just I will never get tired of these books. I have the rest of Elena books here, and I love all of them, mostly this and the Fiancé Dilemma. Okay, well, after reading these two books, I continued with the Anime Essay series, which I already talked about. And then I just went to the second death of Locke, which is a fantasy standalone book. If you read fantasy, you know that's not typical at all. It's always series, it's always trilogies or duologies at the minimum. So just reading standalone is amazing. Basically, this book is quite interesting, like the plot and the magic system. We follow these two characters, Gray and Kira. And Gray has magic, but she cannot access it because the people that can access the magic are the maids, which in this case, Kaya is always a maid. So they're always together, they fight together, and they're always in these missions together. And they have also been best friends since they were little. And we know that Gray is in love with Kira. So that's like important part of the book. It has a romance of plot. But yeah, basically the story revolves around this mission that they take together, in which they have to bring the heir of this magic kingdom to another kingdom without being killed or discovered. And in this quest, they find out a group of warriors, and yeah, we obviously get some found family, which is one of my favorite tropes, and we also get some romance into it, and it's magic and all of that. I think the book was really good. My only problem is with the ending. Okay, well, I get the book 4 stars, which is good. But it's just like the ending, like it felt off for me. I just felt like it was, I don't know, a bit rushed. But at the same time too slow and repetitive. And then I don't like the resolution of the book. Um, just I didn't love it. Let's just leave it there. Because I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed the book, the characters, the romance, mostly the setting. I love the setting, like this medieval setting. It was quite good. Yeah, 4 stars, good, but not my favorite fantasy book. So, okay, then I read for Valentine's Day, If I Never Met You, which is a romance in which we follow this girl or this woman who has been with her boyfriend for 18 years. And one day her boyfriend is like, um, I'm not ready to be a father. I don't want like a serious relationship. I'm going to find myself and all those things. And like months later, he's like, okay, I got a girl pregnant and I'm dating this woman. So yeah, the main character is a bit shocked because they work in the same place. She needs like to facilitate someone to just not be being bitchy about everyone basically. And with that we meet the main character, which is not a person liked by this office. Um, he is always seeing different women. Um, he's too serious. He doesn't talk with anyone really. But he needs a girlfriend for this promotion. So yeah, they start to fake date, and we all know what's going to happen. Again, I get this book 3 stars. My problem with this book was definitely the writing style, which is absurd because I have so many books of this author on my TBR. So I will try to read other other of her books to see if my problem was with this book or yes in general her writing style. But yeah, her writing style didn't allow me to like, connect with characters. I also felt like we only got to know the main girl, main woman and not really like the main guy. But I did love the commentary on friendship being like a friend being the love of your life. I loved that. Yeah, yes, like overall, it was good, but I'm not going to think about this book. Um, I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it to someone. But if it sounds good, like read it because it has like amazing reviews, really. So yeah, I'm just a problem. Okay, after that, I read a completely different book to that one, and that is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I have it in Spanish because, well, I was supposed to read this for uni. Well, I read this for uni, but I was supposed to read in English, but I already had two copies in Spanish, so I was not going to buy another one. And also, a good thing I didn't buy it because I didn't like it. I'm so sorry. I know people love this classic. I just like didn't like it. I give it 3 stars. Like it was good. I can appreciate the talent of Emily Bronte. I've also, as I said, decided this in class and analyze it. So I can understand the things that she has done, but I just didn't like the book. I'm just bored. Um, if you don't know what this book's about, maybe you live under a rock because with new movies being in everyone's mouth, but basically we follow these two generations and their relationships and their toxicity, their problems. This book has trigger warnings, a lot of them, and yeah, basically we mostly get to know first Catherine, story and Heathcliff, and then we just get to know the second generation, and like it was really good. Like the story, like in general, is good. Yeah, Emily Blunt is so talented, but it was just too dramatic for me. I think that's my problem. Also, the characters, I despise them, and I get that you're not supposed to love them. Like they are not perfect characters, but like they just stressing me out so much. I really, I didn't like it. I didn't like them. I love the setting. I love the setting. I'm obsessed with settings. And yeah, basically this is too dramatic. Too much for me, too dark maybe. I'm not sure. I prefer Charlotte Bronte's book. So yeah, but I read with it's amazing because it was on my 26 books for 2026. So yeah, yeah. Also, I have not seen the movie yet. I was going to go, but I ended up going to Hamlet, which, by the way, amazing. But yeah, I will probably watch this movie maybe next week. I think so. I'm excited. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I'm excited. Nonetheless, I just want to form my own opinion, which I think is important. Okay, then I read, well, when I was reading Wuthering Heights, I needed another book before going to bed because it was too much. And I read Hot Rocks by Emma Real. I've never read If We Were Villains, which I know is a famous book by this author. Um, yeah, I started this book because it's about a band. Okay, we follow these two timelines. We follow Susan when she's 10 years old, and her dad is part of this band, and she goes with him. She learns a lot about music, and then we follow Susan when she's 40-ish years, and her father just died, and he has left her his car. So she goes into like in journey to find herself, I would say, and it was quite interesting. The book I ended up giving it 3.75. The ending fell off for me. Yeah, I was really enjoying my time. I thought it was quite interesting. The characters, the plot, the way it is narrated. But the ending felt so rushed. I just felt like they were trying to end it in that moment, and they didn't care about anything else. Like I needed more. I need like more explained resolution. I wanted to know more. So yeah, just felt, and then like also like the last 25% of the book, it was just like a bit boring for me. I feel like they weren't giving us that much like information, and it was just like obvious things or a bit repetitive. I don't know. I didn't love it, but it was good, and I'm happy I read it because I love the book with a band as like the main plot. So yeah. And last but not least, I read Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. You guys remember I told you I saw this video that I had a 5 star. And this is a 5 star. It was amazing. Like, oh my god, I love it so much. Basically, it's a new release, and we follow Agnes, who is a 30 something woman living in the 1920s in Montreal, I think. And she had a cat shelter, but because of a magic duel, it was destroyed. So she has to find a new place. And she one day she goes to this street, she finds this new place, and she sets her cat shelter there. But this place is a bit strange, and mysterious things happen, and there are mysterious people coming all the time to this shop. Yeah, basically, that's the main gist of the plot. It's so fun. It's just so enjoyable. It's not this like high fantasy with a complex plot, a complex magic system, and all that. It's just like a cozy fantasy with romance as a plot and full of cats. I'm more of a dogs person, but full of cats and full of magic in the ambience, in the atmosphere. Yeah, I just thought it was amazing. I love this woman's writing. I think it's amazing. I also love Emily White's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is also by her. And yeah, I just had so much fun. I could not give this book 5 stars. It was just, I had to use, I had such a great time, basically. I'm just repeating over, no, I'm just repeating over and over again my opinions, but absolutely, I would like recommend this book to everyone. I know it's a cozy fantasy, it's not for everyone, but I would just recommend it to everyone to try it out because it's so worth it, in my opinion. So yeah, those are all the books that I read these first 2 months of the year. I really hope you like it. I hope you got some good recommendations, and I will see you in the next video really, really soon, hopefully. Bye!